Guys, I'm Delta's Transport Adventures and welcome back to another video. Now, today I am going to be explaining 5 stupid flight suggestions for Microsoft Flight Simulator that I will never do. So, anyway, I can see that most of you guys watching my videos are unsubscribed, so if you're satisfied in my content and want to see more, please hit the subscribe button, as it really does help me out, and I'll be on the road to 600 next. Anyway, let's get started. Number 5. Narrow-body airplanes on long-haul flights. Why I say this is stupid. First of all, I will never ever do a narrow-body airplane on a long-haul flight. Because, honestly, why do I need to do this when I'm going to be getting the Boeing 787 for Microsoft Flight Simulator? With the Airbus A321LR variant, then this would defeat the point of the Boeing 787, including other wide-body long-haul airplanes I will be getting, such as the fly-by-wire A380, the PMDG 777, the Aerosoft A330, and the 747-8, the default version for the simulator. An example of a narrow-body airplane on long hauls would be JetBlue from the USA to Europe. I follow someone named XP72 and his live streams as Boeing 787 fan, and he has confirmed that he will never do any narrow-body airplanes on long hauls. I have seen people wanting him to do JetBlue ops from the USA to Europe, but the problem is that JetBlue lacks wide-body airplanes, which are essential for long-haul flights. Instead of JetBlue ops from the USA to London Heathrow, for example, which is in Europe, instead of that, I can do USA to Europe flights on other airlines. Examples include Delta, United, and American. In the future, when the Aerosoft A330 and the PMDG 777 release, when they get released, I will use the PMDG 777 on American flights to Europe from the USA. For Delta, I will do the Aerosoft A330, and for United, I can do the 787 all variants. I can get the default 787-10, I can get the Horizon 787-9, and the Kuro 788, which I can use. Number 4. Flying some of the world's longest flights in Microsoft Flight Simulator when live streaming. Why I say this is stupid. For example, the world's longest non-stop flight is Singapore Airlines from Newark to Singapore on the A350-900 ULR, which stands for Ultra Long Range. Here is the problem. The maximum time I can stream on YouTube is only 12 hours, and this flight from Newark to Singapore, it takes almost 19 hours non-stop, and that's way too long. This is the reason why when I plan to live stream on YouTube, I will not allow my flight times to exceed around 10 hours and 45 minutes, which will be my maximum. So therefore, this is unfeasible. I can only do the world's longest flights on Microsoft Flight Simulator only if I am not live streaming. Another problem is that I cannot get any A350s for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So unfortunately I cannot do this flight at all. But what I would suggest is for I&I builds to work on an A350 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Maybe after the A320neo gets released. Number 3. Turboprop airplane flights. Why I say I will never do this? Well, the reason I will never do prop plane flights is because why do I need to do this when I am getting the E-Jets? That's right. If I got prop planes for Microsoft Flight Simulator, such as the Q400 for example, then the E-Jets would have no purpose, and they would be useless. And plus, when I get the E-Jets, I will be using these on regional flights. So since I am getting the E-Jets for regional flights, I will never be doing prop planes on any flights anytime soon. Number 2. Wide-body airplanes on medium-haul domestic flights. Why I am not doing this? This is because for medium-haul flights, I am getting the I&I builds A320neo and the PMDG 777. No. The PMDG 737, which will be for medium-haul domestic flights. That's right. If I did wide-body airplanes on these sorts of flights, then the PMDG 737 and the I&I builds A320neo would have no purpose whatsoever. However, there are some medium-haul flights I will use a wide-body on, and that is the Aerosoft A330. For the Aerosoft A330, I will be using this on any medium-haul domestic flights, but the flight time needs to be 3 hours or more. At least 3 hours. A good example of a medium-haul Airbus A330 flight would be Turkish Airlines ops from London Heathrow to Istanbul, which takes around 3 hours and 45 minutes, and that's decent enough. I also hope Aerosoft will work on an A330-200F and the 300 passenger to cargo variant, because with those variants, I can do MNG Airlines ops from London Luton to Istanbul, which also takes around 3 hours and 15 minutes. Here comes the worst and the most dumbest flight suggestion to be suggested for me to do in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is the Cessna 172 on passenger flight ops. No way! And there is a reason. First of all, the Cessna 172 Skyhawk is a piston prop plane. And when I get Microsoft Flight Simulator, in the sim, I will be a pilot for passenger flights, which needs passenger planes. That's right. The Cessna 172 Skyhawk, it can't be used on any passenger flights whatsoever. Not only that, I'll also be doing cargo flights and maybe private jets, but not any flights with this airplane. The idea I came up with is that maybe I potentially might fly this airplane in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it's only when I'm doing tours around the cities, which would be okay. So, for the Cessna 172 Skyhawk on normal passenger flights, this is one of the worst suggestions to be suggested for me to do, and which I will never be doing. Alright guys, these are the top 5 stupid flight suggestions for Microsoft Flight Simulator that I will never ever do. Right guys, this is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. But by the way, if you heard the ear-rape section I put in it, please make sure you have your volume down, as with headphones, it can cause hearing problems. So make sure to have your volume down. Alright guys, this is me, Delta's Transport Adventures. I am out, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.